I'm WaffleStick, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. I have decided to do a BuildCraft series. And you may have noticed that I've done a modded Minecraft series, WaffleWorks, and I got about 5 episodes in, and I discontinued it. Well, the BuildCraft series is going to be much better, because we won't have to invest a bunch of time learning all of the mods. Like in WaffleWorks, there was a mod pack, so you had to learn several different mods to do anything in the world. And the BuildCraft series will not stray too far away from vanilla, so we're going to have to obviously come over here and chop some wood in the beginning. The only thing that's going to really change about BuildCraft is some of the automation. So we're going to have a lot of different automation compared to, regular redstone. We could do a lot more things. And I kind of wanted to translate this more into a redstone-y series, although we will be doing some building as well. But in the Waystone, I feel like we build a lot. And I do a lot of redstone on the Waystone as well. But taking this series and really dedicating it to automation, I feel is going to be really fun. I've always wanted to do a BuildCraft series, but I've never had the PC for it. So here I am making the series. Finally have everything ready. Let's go ahead and make our tools, because I feel like that's going to be the essential thing right now. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And this episode, I think we're going to seek an area to put our base. This isn't going to necessarily be like a very eventful episode. If you want to skip to episode 2, that is totally up to you. But beginning things off, we definitely do need to get some of those tools. I may actually do a starter house this episode. I haven't decided yet. It depends on if I find a really good area for our factory. So this series is going to be named something factory, but I haven't decided yet. Hopefully we get that figured out by the end of the episode. But let's go ahead and start exploring the area to see if there's a really cool place we can start building something awesome. And this place looks pretty promising. It's very open, very pretty. And we have Optifine back. I can bother you with the zoom. And I should probably mention that this is the 1.11 version of BuildCraft. So there could be potentially some errors and bugs, but I don't know how hardcore it's going to be. This is still alpha, but I chose 1.11 because, well, I personally like 1.11. 1.7 was okay, and that's the most recent stable build of BuildCraft. But I want to stick with 1.11. I think it'll be fun. And holy cow, this could potentially already be a cool area. I have seriously just begun by going over the ocean side and taking a look at this cool area here. Let's take a little bit more of a gander before we do decide, should this be our area or not? It looks like I'll need to kill these sheep first too. But I'll worry about that in just a moment. We're going to get some food. We've got to get all of that squared away. But this looks cool. I really like the way this area looks. It's kind of like indented, and we also have a mountainside here that we can make use of. Well, it's not perfect, but it's close to what we want. I'm just going to go ahead and screen cap the coordinates of that so that we'll have it. And let's go ahead and move on and see if we can find anything else. So it seems that we have found one of the first things in BuildCraft, a wool block, which is interesting. I don't know how we go about doing this. You could probably fill up a water bucket. Of course, I don't have any stone, but that looks like a cool area. We may take a look at that. But yes, if you're not familiar with BuildCraft, which has been around forever, this is a very old mod. This is a wool source, I think. I don't know exactly the official name of it, but you can use this to fuel things. So remembering that's there, we should probably look for an area over here to see if maybe perhaps this will fit our needs, doing something kind of cool with this water. And I know in the Waystone we have done some water bases and stuff, but this looks very, very cool. I think I want to do something with this because we could do so many cool things. And perhaps doing some sort of overwater village, something of that sort. But yeah, I think this is where I'm going to set up home. I'm going to look for some coal around here, which I see some over there. And a bunch of it. There's some more specs. Got some up there. Collect some coal. and get some stuff set up, and we'll begin building our starter home, which should be the most essential thing right now because I need a place to sleep and put all of my stuff. Although coal has been my main objective for now, we now have a stack, and that should be well enough for the starting episode. And there's so much that we could do with this area, and I have just found iron, which is excellent. That makes my day so much better. Let's go ahead and dig that real quick. So we do have this. Let's go ahead and break that. And is that all of the iron? Just 2 pieces? Okay. There's some more down there. Should we go for it? I think we should, but we should build a door so it's easier to mine. Something that's kind of cool for you to learn. If you do use a door, you can use it to, let me make some more planks. You can use it to stand and mine faster instead of sitting there and waiting. So go ahead and put the rest of that in our inventory and go down here. Do this little trick right here so that we're out of the water. And we can go ahead and mine this really fast compared to going in the water and having to do this forever. There we go. Much easier. And we'll just take the door out for aesthetic purposes. Okay. Going back up, we're going to be talking a little bit about this starter house. And perhaps I wanted to do something over there because that's kind of where we began, or we could do it over there, somewhere out of the way of the mountainside. And when you find little places like this, you have little ideas to pop up and say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And you have little arguments inside of your head. And well, I've been sort of battling it out. If we take a good look at this mountainside, there's like an indentation right there. We could really make use of that and do something very cool over there. I may do something with that. But beginning off, we should go and sleep because it's becoming nighttime and I don't want to get out here. There's a bunch of mobs about, and possibly putting down some other stuff and begin work on the starter house. Okay, I've been contemplating, I've been looking around and trying to judge what would be a very convenient area to start this. And looking over here, we do have this indentation sort of, and a little bit of a flat area right there. And we can make use of that to make some kind of starter home. It'll take a little bit of mining and a little bit of shaping, but that should come out quite well. And it'll be close enough to where we're doing all of our base stuff. So perhaps that would be a good place to start. Just beginning a segment of our main base, nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and gather this right here in this boat. Here we go. And make our way over there, come up with some kind of concept, and execute it. Okay, and we finally have got this area right here pretty much cleared out for what we need it for right now. I had started thinking maybe perhaps do some kind of storyline here. Not necessarily with the whole build itself as far as our base and stuff. Maybe we may go with a theme. But for this, I want to do some kind of abandoned structure so that it looks like, you know, hey, a primitive guy like me has come along before and has figured out the ways of BuildCraft. And he has went to this automation, he's moved on and left his primitive build behind before he got to it. It's kind of weird how we incorporate that story, and they're very similar to my playthrough. But that's definitely what I was wanting to go for, because we know we won't be here too long, but long enough to say that, hey, that's where we started. That's where things started beginning. And we're going to go on to the swamp biome over here to get some materials to build this abandoned theme. That's the great thing about a swamp biome. You could really do some cool designs with your first base because you have all of these vines that you can make mossy cobblestone with. You could do a bunch of vines in your area and have some sort of unique start to your builds. And I had to sacrifice 2 iron for this, but that's fine with me because I plan on doing a mining trip next episode to get us started. But looks like we're doing pretty good. I'm just going to use up these shears about halfway. Maybe even get some of these blocks so that we'll have some grass and leaves to work with to make it a little bit more green over there. And we'll make some mossy cobblestone. We'll use some of those vines to make it look really nice over there. I'm making use of stairs, making use of different blocks, and we're coming out with this kind of design, kind of tattered and broken down. Go ahead and put a stair there, not it upside down. There we go. And I have wanted to make use of some of this. So we're going to have some tattered structure in here using stone brick like this. And then just popping this into places. So like right here, just say right there. I don't want to take up the mossy cobblestone. And right there, there we go. Bring a couple of these in. There we go. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I mean, it looks kind of like a tattered structure, like something used to be here, but it's here no longer. Well, it is, but it's in its very tattered state. And we're going to let those smelt back up. We do have a block right here we need to put in so it won't fall into it. And I have some oak. Not a lot of oak, but perhaps using some of this oak to do a structure like this. And then have it come out right here. There we go. And yeah, I, in a way, want to make it so that it stops about right here, giving it some curvature. This may look a little bit similar to my waystone build, my starter home, but I'm going to make it a little bit different. It's going to incorporate these logs, but I want to go with a different design to really make this pop compared to what I have built. I have taken some inspiration from Silk Architect. On one of his episodes, I think it was the Blue Ribbon episode, he had said the andesite, polished andesite, looks kind of embossed and gives it a 3D effect when it's laid in with other stone. And it really does. It gives you this really cool effect like it is popping up. But in a way, I kind of wanted to incorporate some kind of dig into the wall here, but I don't know if it's going to be absolutely necessary because we still have a ton of space to work with there. Yeah, I think I just want to extend this somehow, but I don't know what kind of blocks to transition to. I know we have this beautiful oak, but I don't want to overuse it. And perhaps doing some sort of design right there. So changing this into maybe some chiseled stone brick would be kind of cool. Doing something different. So we do have a bunch of stone there. Let's go ahead and take some of that and do... Let's just see what it looks like. We need an idea here. Boom. Chiseled brick. There we go. Let's pop that in there. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have to look at that. Let it grow on me for a minute. I think that's kind of a cool design when once it's implemented in both logs here. Could potentially start looking cool. I took a break from doing my house for a minute. Let some ideas brew. And in the meantime, taking some of this wood and creating a pathway up to our home. I feel like I needed to do this for every house that I did, but I just never got around to it. And we are trying to get this corner to look good. That's the only thing that I really want to focus on. Trying to make everything look like it belongs there. And having some kind of diagonal pathway really accomplishes that goal. As you can see, kind of snug fitting it against the wall over here. Let's go ahead and take this out and place in a wood block there. Oh, that's looking cool, isn't it? I really like how that's going up into the crevice, but I gotta be really careful about what blocks on mine. But having some oak planks like this going into a set of stairs right here, giving it a little bit more uniform, should go very smoothly for our walkway. I really like how that looks. It looks so cool. I really want to make this look like it's been dug into the mountainside. Make it look like a cave, sort of. So we have this cave effect going on in the ceiling. I am going to be using different blocks, but just kind of randomizing it like this, and then having this to go up, and this one to be down, with maybe some cobblestone here and there. Probably should do a touch of 2 of that. And put that there. And this looks like a promising place to put some cobblestone. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more randomized. Just do that. And out here I have decided to use some of these leaf blocks to give it some sort of distortion with all the leaves, kind of making it look like vines. So if we were just to kind of bring this stuff up like this, it looks a little bit uniform, but at the same time gives it this climb up effect. I'll do a couple more of those. There we go. And right there like that. And that should give us a cool look. Oh yeah. That's looking really cool. Very abandoned. And even bringing this out right here. in different areas. Not too much, but just a little bit to show that, hey, you know, it's growing outwards. It's not going too far from over here. Somehow this plant has gained some nutrients and just had grown out this way a bit. Take a look at that, see how that looks. Very cool. It could really use some different blocks, like we could use some vines for sure. So placing some there and just bip-bopping them around. After some work, I believe we do have our starter home pretty much complete. What we do have in there, I gotta put some stuff. But doesn't that look cool? It's like growing into the mountainside. If we were to say, hey, we are discovering this place for the first time. We need to seek this shelter so that we're not in trouble out here. We'll go up here. And doesn't this look cool? This is probably one of my best works as far as deconstructing a place to be structured. We have a bunch of vines kind of still growing. I'm waiting for those. I need to probably put some mossy cobblestone in there just to kind of give it more effect. Like this looks really cool when you have the mossy cobblestone behind the vines and you see that extra green behind it, giving it some kind of depth, some kind of texture, and reinforcing the green of things. This needs to be fixed. That is driving me absolutely insane. But going in here, I had thought to randomly place some of these oak logs. Of course, I think I need to do a few of these just to kind of give it a little bit more color than what it does have. So even doing that could possibly pop in some other colors for us. It looks a little bit bland there. And I don't have any more spruce. I can plant some to get some. But even adding that really makes the place pop. I mean, that looks absolutely cool in here. You definitely use some work out here. And I'm not sure what I just want to do with this. It just kind of came to mind to do some kind of structure out here. And something kind of random but fits in here at the same time, you know? It's like, hey, this is where a cliff drop off is. Don't go past this. And we'll move in our stuff from outside to the inside for a little bit more use. And perhaps a crafting table there. It's fine if it connects. That's fine with me. And let's do a furnace. Whoops. Break that. Do a furnace right here. So it's still kind of keeping a randomization. Of course, when you think of chests, let's go ahead and craft a couple here. I think I got enough. We can do 2. It's fine with me. Do a couple there. Yeah, chests can kind of look uniform, which is fine with me. We could even take this out and then pop in some spruce, or, you know, we can even do like a cobblestone fence if we wanted to, which has none in my inventory, unfortunately. Take that and pop it right there. Ooh, different effect. I kind of want to keep the symmetrical parts. That just really totally changed it, didn't it? I didn't really want to do a lot of symmetry in this. Just kind of giving it a randomization. And I feel like this is going to fit the bill. We have our infinite water source in here. I had found a couple of iron to make the water bucket, which is excellent. Ooh, I'm going to grab those stones down there. We may use those. But really loving this effect. I love how this has turned out. And I don't say that much about my starter builds. Well, I got some subtle detail in the background up there. You may see some of that mossy cobblestone in the vine work. I'm kind of looking at myself and it's making it weird. Okay, there we go. Kind of seeing the mossy cobblestone up there. Looking very nice. And I do have one log to finish this right here. Just put it like that. With some slabs on top of that. And that should finish it off right there. But I think that's all I have for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy this episode, and if you have any suggestions to implement for the starter base, let me know. We will be getting to BuildCraft stuff later on because it does take some time to kind of build up to the point where we're doing major contraptions. Hope you did enjoy the series. Let me know what you think, and we will see you in a video later down the road.